one of the great pleasures for the faculty is watching students who come in with one set of interests and discover so many new things. And I can promise you, for every entomologist who becomes a management consultant, there's a management consultant who does become an entomologist. We track these things. It is now my great honor and pleasure to introduce the 2024 Rausser College of Natural Resources Commencement Speaker, Isaias Hernandez. Isaias earned his Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science from our college in 2018. He is the founder of queerbrownvegan, the independent media platform he started to bring intersectional environmental education to all. His journey, deconstructing complex issues while centering diversity and authenticity, has resonated with a worldwide audience. He also collaborates with leaders from the private and public sectors to uplift and produce stories of change for his independent web series, Sustainable Jobs and Teaching Climate Together. Isaias was born in Los Angeles, where he grew up in poverty, was a recipient of food stamps, and lived in a community that lacked access to clean air. These firsthand experiences shaped his passion for the environment, justice, and equity. As he witnessed the ways pollution affected his body and his community, he turned his anger and sadness into a solution, creating environmental education that would prioritize accessibility and intersectionality. At UC Berkeley, he was a member of the Students of Color Environmental Collective, where he worked with his peers to advocate for diverse and healing environmental spaces. As a member of SCEC, he contributed to developing mentorship and fundraising programs that would allow future generations of environmentalists of color access and resources to navigate their academic careers. Since then, he has continued to mentor younger generations of the collective, offering them career and academic advice. Isaias is a full-time educator, public speaker, and a dog daddy. He is devoted to improving literacy through content creation and storytelling. We are very pleased and proud to welcome him back to give tonight's commencement address to the Rausser College of Natural Resources, class of 2024.
Wow, thanks so much. I prepared my smile, but not my speech. I'm just kidding. Okay, thank you, but today's not about me, it's about you. And I'm a bit nervous being here at UC Berkeley since it has a very special place in my heart. And let's get another round of applause for you. The world is a lot right now. You're starting your next chapter in life and wondering what's to come. Meanwhile, we're watching global conflicts unfold, domestic issues like mental health, home affordability, and extremism continue to worsen, and the climate crisis is already here and defining our future. It's an understatement to say that our future is uncertain. The world is full of doubt, especially at this moment. As young people, it's normal to feel overwhelmed. And I have some news for you. I could tell you that I've been traveling around the world, and let me tell you, none of us really know what we're doing. So you're in good company. I remember walking through Mulford Hall and learning solutions, being encouraged to stack up credentials, getting my first research position studying lizards, which was really horrible, living at a co-op with 100 people, which I'll never do again, and pulling all-nighters at Moffitt Library and having breakdowns to see if I'm gonna pass or fail the midterm exam. But let me tell you, that hasn't changed. And I remember my parents telling me to take time to take care of myself, and boy, did I fail at doing that. You've likely spent years doing the same things that many students before you did. You learn solutions, are encouraged to accumulate credentials, join the organizations, volunteer, apply for internships, study for exams, and turn in your assignments. The system hasn't changed. How much time did you have to be yourself or figure what that means? How much time were you able to spend taking risks than worrying about getting the correct answer on exams? Our tests require us to have answers, not questions. Have you ever had a teacher congratulate you on how you're really feeling, or grade you on how well you thought ahead of the future? Those things are not graded and do not show up in your GPA. Those things are, what you would say, are here to tell you that you have much more than a passing grade on an exam. I'm going to give you some advice that I wish I could have given myself 10 years ago as I stood in front of Sather Gates. I, naively, eager to save the planet, make the world a better place, or at least to get a better way to create generational wealth, I didn't have anyone to look up to because I was the first to attend college. I was young, queer, and brown. I grew up in poverty, and I'd never expected to make it to an institution like UC Berkeley. I looked down on myself and carried doubt. I thought that I was going to find answers in education, answers to many questions. Am I enough with everything I am, or am I just the sum of people's opinion about myself? I came to school searching for answers. I wanted to know how to make decisions. I wanted to learn how to pick a job. I wanted to know if I should go to grad school. I think if I had arrived at this college and my professor would have said, yeah, I don't know anything about this, I probably would have dropped out and enrolled into YouTube University. I think this is what many of us come here to search for. We come here to get answers, to find ourselves, and most importantly, build tools to navigate this world confidently. We're taught that education will give us answers to all of our questions, answers to fix our problems, the how-to guide to operate in society, how to contribute, and how to develop our gifts. This is the model I believed in, and now professors understand that it's more than classes. It is about the students as a whole, the human being that shows up in class wanting to solve the world's problems. Professors understand that as you sit there, you are full of hope, ready to be inspired, ready to pour in all the answers in the world. And understanding it's more than a class, more than an exam, more than a research thesis, more than your GPA. As of right now, all the universities in the world haven't solved the world's problems. What they do is try and train people to feel confident that they can. But I wonder how many of us here really feel certain that our leaders, the people that we're going to work for, and many of whom were educated like us, really know what we want and know how to give it to us, and how to use economic models or policies to make it happen. Does it feel like we're living in the utopia that we dreamed of as we walked into our first day of freshman year? Or does it feel like we're living in the Hunger Games? Let's talk about doubt. I want to visit doubt, the thing that you wish would disappear as you started your undergraduate journey. We hope that when we walk into the university, all of our doubts will disappear. But doubt is actually a powerful tool. It allows you to think. It allows you to question everything around you. It allows you to build more because you can explore answers. Doubt is what defines Gen Z and gives younger generations across history their power. We look at the world with a fresh set of eyes. We're inherently not so sure of things. We haven't been conditioned as long, so we're less likely to accept the norms as usual. You were taught to have certainty in policy, economics, nutrition, research, conservation, biology, and systems thinking. So was everybody before you. Where's our utopia? How much have you had to fight for change right here on this campus? I think if we were all confident that our systems could produce answers, there wouldn't have been protests led by students across the entire world happening right now. Currently, we are witnessing the ongoing violence happening across Sudan, Congo, Ukraine, Tigray, Myanmar, Palestine, and students must remember that we have been the forefront of a radical and activist change. We're grieving out loud, and the world is in the perfect position for someone like you to step up and really wonder how to change it. I think all of this is what the professors actually want to tell you. The sad truth is that for the most part, they can only meet us and engage us through the systems we have, not the systems we want. The world wants to understand this generation, and what do they see? They see charts and graphs about our declining mental health, declining faith in institution, how it's hard to find a partner, and despair about the world. What they don't see until we show them is that we have lived, breathed, and loved despite all of this doubt, and we're ready to give that up. We're right to be wary of the people who claim to have all the answers. The world needs new questions. Like in any ecosystem, the entire ecosystem's health depends on who or what fills every niche. Everything gets accounted for. Right now, many niches need to be filled in order to get accounted for. But the grass can't ask wolves for advice. The wolves have no clue what the grass does or what it should do. Yet without the grass to feed the deer that the wolves prey on, the entire system would collapse. Instead of seeking comfort in the roles that others have found, innovation and survival has always required life to evolve to fit our unique ecosystems. Without your ideas, unique questions, and a chance to be doubtful, this ecosystem will also collapse. So here we are. There are as many as 13,000 different species of grass, and thankfully, changing your mind is much faster than evolution. When I was completing my degree here, I was very upset after realizing I needed to take math and science classes because I was really bad at it to get a degree to save the planet. Nowadays, the only math I do is counting how much money comes in and how much money comes out of my bank account. I've found success in an independent career. For me, it was questions about creativity, what we're learning, how we're learning, and who gets to be an educator. You don't have to have an independent career. You can go work for anyone, and this is still true of innovation, especially the kind that changes the world. You're required to have questions before answers. I always envisioned myself working for environmental nonprofits after graduating. In fact, I didn't even have a job lined up as I was sitting over there and telling myself, I still don't have a job, guys. And after applying to multiple NGOs and being rejected one by one, I felt like a failure. I was so confident that I was going to get a job, but now I was full of doubt, only to know that doubt was a sign of redirection for myself, to challenge me to think about what legacy I wanted to leave behind. I felt like I wasted my environmental science degree after years of being taught certain things. I was incredibly doubtful, but that doubt is what led me to find solutions and to build a new career in this industry. We tend to romanticize history, things like the freedom movement of the 1960s that involved students standing where we are today. But how well do we understand them? These weren't people who were settling for what was already known. They pushed our culture to question everything, and in that questioning, found themselves emboldened to show up differently. This is what we're being tasked with now. I didn't expect to be giving a speech at my alma mater where I'd be challenging the intention and function of our educational institutions, but I think I saw this as a unique opportunity to speak the truth. They said the theme is to see the bigger picture, and this is the bigger picture. You've heard it over and over again. Gen Z is the future. Gen Z will change the world. Gen Z is demanding change. Gen Z didn't invent college. If we were to create an equivalent institution, I'm sure we'd do it differently, and that's exactly it. The reason Gen Z inspires the world and gives hope is that we have each other, but to the generations that come before us is because, like it or not, we are learning how to embrace an unprecedented level of doubt and run with it. As you evolve through your life and career, I imagine many of you will have grievances and questions about the ways things are done and want them to do better, but trust that instinct. That instinct is why professors believe in you and why I believe in you and why I came back to tell you this. Don't keep your dreams in dark corners. Plant them, give them sunlight, water them, sing to them, dance with them, and watch as something new emerges. When Martin Luther King Jr. said injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, someone should have reverse engineered his statement. Working towards justice anywhere helps solve injustice everywhere. Whatever you're scared about, be scared and do it anyway. You aren't alone. Thousands of people across the world go to work every day to test, develop, and implement innovative solutions, and they need your help. The thing about being a light is that no matter how dark it gets, you can be seen. When light comes together, it amplifies their intensity. You are the beacons of the world. You aren't just a solution. You're human beings. So allow yourself to be messy, to make mistakes, to be doubtful, to fail, to fall apart and pick up the pieces. You'll find that other people will see themselves in you. You're going to change the world and in new ways, and you know that the world is ready to be changed. Congratulations, class of 2024.